We're on. Um, by the way, my name is Richard. I am from an island called Negros.
From where?
From an island called Negros. Negros.
Where is the
That's in the Visayas region. Um, what's your name?
Tam.
Tam.
Yeah.
Tam.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you. Tam, can you tell me about yourself and what you do?
I make my living.
Sorry.
You mean I make my living?
Sure. Like about yourself
Yeah, I
and
make my living
what you like to do.
by doing some computer job.
Computer shop.
Yeah.
You have a computer shop.
Yeah.
Are you from here?
Huh?
Are you from here?
No.
From where are you originally?
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. Can you tell me about yourself and further?
Oh yeah. I come here for visit for 5 days to see around the Angkor Thom.
So you came here to travel.
Yeah.
Are you traveling alone?
Yeah.
I see. Do you think we have been told the truth? Do you think we have been told the truth about the world in which we live in?
So you
Do you think we have been told the truth about
Truth.
Yes, about everything that we know right now about the world in which we live in?
no. Sometimes the truth is controlled by some authority, some powerful people.
I totally agree. On a scale of 1 to 10, how open are you to listening to something which is completely different from what you have, different from what we believe all our lives? How open are you to listening to something which contradicts?
Yeah. Maybe
About
7.
7.
Yeah. 7.
Do you think the school system encourage critical thinking?
Sometimes, but I think education is now mainly for going to higher school, for example, university. It's for examination only. Sometimes not for critical thinking.
So
That education is for some. I think for East Asian countries, is target for passing the examination.
yeah, it's all about grades.
Yeah, getting a higher grade.
So do they? Does that encourage critical thinking?
Not so much.
Not so much.
Yeah.
Can you tell me or do you know the difference between science and a belief?
They are a lot contradictory to each other, I think. But some believe in science, but some believe in religion. For myself, I do not have religion.
I'm sorry.
I do not have a religion.
You do have?
Yeah, do not have.
Don't have?
Yeah,
You have no religion?
yeah.
Nice. Me too. Okay. So what do you think is the difference between science and a belief?
I think belief is for going for some spiritual life. Sometimes their thought cannot be explained by science. For example, they believe in God. Science cannot explain those things by God. They have to explain everything by theory, etc.
Do you think we have been created? There's a creator, or we just existed through evolution?
I don't believe. I believe in revolution.
Evolution?
Yeah, revolution.
Okay.
For example, from ancient time, some for example, some I don't know apps or some they are revolve from many maybe 10,000 years ago.
Ancient times.
Yeah, ancient time has become human.
I see. In a world of lies, deceit, propaganda, media bias, do you think there's any chance that you could have been brainwashed?
Yes, I think in today social media, some thoughts are controlled by the social media.
Mhm.
If you are going to believe or going to join some groups on the social media, then your thought will be biased on something sometimes.
I see. How about the mainstream media, like the TV, the news?
I think mainstream TV nowadays not so cannot influence so much, because I think not too many will focus on some news media.
I see. Here's a different question now. This is a bit controversial. What do you think the shape of the Earth is?
Shape of
Yeah, the Earth.
the shape of Earth. You mean fat or one?
Right. The shape, the triangle, square,
It's sphere, I think.
sphere.
Yeah.
And why do you say it's a sphere?
That's from education.
From secondhand information.
Yeah. No, I think through the education so far from the science.
So, do you consider that secondhand information as science or belief?
So can you?
Yeah, we have been told that Earth is a sphere, right?
Yeah.
So, is that scientific for you, or it's just your belief?
It's scientific to me.
I see. What is your number one proof that we are living on a ball, on a sphere? What's your number one proof that that the Earth is a sphere?
Number one proof. I think sunrise and sunset,
Sunrise and sunset.
because the sun will go from one side and then go to another side.
Mainstream science is saying to us that the reason why there's sunrise and
Yeah.
sunset is because the Earth is rotating.
Yeah.
But do you think we are moving?
Yeah.
Can we feel that we are moving?
No.
Do you have any proof or evidence that the Earth is moving?
Evidence. I think if we can see the sunrise and sunset, then it's a proof of the Earth is moving.
What if I say to you that, or can I suggest to you that the Earth is not moving, and what's moving is the sun and the moon, and the stars as well? What if the Earth is not moving and the rest are the ones moving?
Both are moving, I think.
All are moving.
Yeah.
You think? But can you say to me any or can you give me any proof that we are moving aside from the sun and the moon? That's going in and out of our view. There's no other.
No other.
Can we go back to my first question? What's your number one? My main question. What's your number one proof that we are living on a ball, a spinning ball?
Seeing sunrise and sunset.
Sun.
Yeah.
So that's your number one proof.
Yeah.
Okay. How big do you think the sun is, and how far is it?
How big is the sun?
Yes, and also how far is the distance from the Earth?
No idea how big is it. Yeah. Also no idea how far. Cannot give a figure.
Mainstream science is telling us that the sun is about 93 million miles away and is about 400 times the size of the Earth. But do you think do you think that is true?
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Do you think the sun is larger than the Earth?
Yeah.
And is it really so very far away?
Yeah.
What if the sun is a lot smaller compared to our known Earth, and is much closer?
Yeah. The moon is.
Well, you think that the sun is bigger than the Earth, right?
Yeah.
What if it's the other way? What if the Earth is so much larger compared to the sun? The sun is smaller, and the Earth is larger. And what if the sun is not so very far away? What if it's very close to Earth and it's just small? Could that be a possibility?
Maybe, but no idea.
You can. Mainstream science is saying that the sun is 400 times the size of the Earth. So it's like comparing a basketball. The sun is like a basketball, and the Earth is like just like a marble. So that's a close representation of how big we can compare them. Have you seen the angles of the sun rays as they angles of the sun rays as they pass through the clouds, spreading out on just a very small portion of the Earth's surface? If you trace up the rays of the sun upwards, you should notice them converging to a certain point, and it gives you an idea where the sun is, and as well as its size. I've seen this many times already, and it seems that the sun is localized. It's not so very far away, and it's not so big. And I think it's smaller compared to the Earth, our known Earth. I have been trying to research about this for almost 2 years now, and before that, I have believed that the sun is so much larger compared to the Earth, and it's so very far away. But right now, I think the opposite way, which is the sun is smaller than the Earth, and it is so close to the Earth. Have you seen the curvature of the horizon? So you can say the Earth is a sphere.
The what?
Have you seen the? Is there an evidence that the horizon is bending? So you can say the Earth is a sphere. Where have you seen the? Where have you seen curving horizon?
Curving
Like-
horizon. Yeah.
Like if you're at the beach and
Yeah.
you're looking at the sea. Do you see any curve? Or
No.
so is it can we say it is flat?
I've not seen curve horizon. No.
So is there an evidence that the horizon is bending?
No evidence even in real life.
In real life?
Yeah, because you can only see the curve. Yeah. On a very high altitude.
Yes. What mainstream media is showing us that the Earth is curving. However, they're using fisheye lenses like on GoPros. But there are some people who, actually, there are many people now who are trying to launch amateur high altitude balloons, and they place some cameras on them, so they can see, so they can have a good view of what does it look like, what does the horizon look like when you are in a very high altitude. And what shows in many videos, amateur videos that's trying to do this, it shows flat. There's no curvature at 120,000 feet, or 120. I'm not really sure of the numbers, but it's so high enough that we are supposed to see the curvature at that height. But however, the horizon is not bending. So can I suggest to you that there are no actual photographs of the Earth from space?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. You can try to Google that, and I doubt it if you're going to find one. For almost 2 years that I have been researching about this, I haven't seen any real or authentic photographs of Earth from space, because all of them are computer generated images, cartoons, artist rendered, composites, and so far I haven't seen any. I haven't even seen one authentic picture of the Earth from space. Robert Seaman, aka Mr. Blue Marble of NASA, he creates the pictures of the ball Earth from space every year, and he admits that those were all photoshopped. Because it has to be. That's what he says. He said. So basically, NASA is admitting that the images of that they show are photoshopped. There's no actual photographs of Earth from space. Like the size of America in the 2012 Ball Earth picture is so much bigger. The continent of America is so much bigger in the 2012 Ball Earth picture compared to what you can see in 2007. And also there are many cloud formations are being photoshopped, like they copy and paste it, and the cloud formations are looking the same because they are copied. And many things you can see that tells the pictures from mainstream science is not real photographs. I've been researching about this subject for about a year, like a year and a half or almost 2 years, and haven't seen any authentic photographs of Earth from space. And since then, it's been hard for me to think Earth be a ball. We have been taught this way since we were at a very young age, and we totally accepted it. And since then, we have never really questioned it. Is this the first time for you to encounter this question since a very long time ago?
This is the first time I hear this suggestion.
So, what do you think of this suggestion?
It's quite interesting. If you
Really?
Yeah.
Good to hear that. Have you seen a complete journey of a rocket ship that went straight into outer space?
What picture?
A complete footage, a complete journey of a rocket ship that went straight into outer space?
Yeah,
In real life or in video?
in video. Yeah.
What they show us in their videos, like in the news, are being cutted when the rocket already reaches a very high altitude. And the next thing is, they change it into CGIs or cartoons. So there's no actual footage of a rocket ship that went straight into outer space. And also what we can see in their videos is that the rocket ships are moving on a curve. It's not going straight up. It's curving. It looks like the rocket is going somewhere far away from where it launched. And the best way to travel from point A to point B is on a straight line. So they should have gone went up straight, but they never do that. We usually use like cell phones on our daily lives. Do you think there's such thing as a satellite phone?
Satellite phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think satellites are real?
Yeah.
Do you have any proof or evidence?
No,
of
that's from video.
Videos? Yes, because the same thing. I haven't seen any real photograph of satellite from outer space. Not even one. All of them really looks like cartoons. If you try to search, if you key into Google the word satellites from outer space, or satellites in outer space. Then what you can see, they are all cartoons. There's no real photograph of a satellite that's orbiting the Earth. Also, if there are about 20,000 satellites orbiting the Earth, then you should see some in front of the moon. We can zoom in on the moon and the stars, but not satellites. So far nobody has ever zoomed in on a satellite. We can zoom in at a very far distance, like we can zoom in on stars that they say that so very far away, even further away from the sun. We can zoom at that, but we can't zoom satellites. Zoom in. We can zoom in on satellites, so that's really weird, right? Do you have any other evidence or proof for the existence of satellites?
Existence of satellite?
Yeah.
No. Those are through video. Those evidence.
Satellites were actually invented by Arthur C. Clarke. He made the video like Alien, E.T. So satellites were actually invented by him, Arthur C. Clarke. He's a science fiction author, and then they just make it science as a science fact after that. So it started out as fictional, and mainstream science just adopted it, and they said it's real, but until now they haven't shown us any real authentic photographs of even just one satellite. Like our phones, signals are reflected or deflected off the lower atmosphere from tower to tower. There is no reason to send a signal 450 miles to a satellite, then back to a tower. Tower to tower is more efficient and reliable. 99% of international data are transmitted through submarine cables. For other means, we use high altitude balloons, planes, and drones, towers, antennas, and parabolic reflectors. GPS can be explained through land-based technologies. They are just triangulated cell phone towers. What do you think is up there way above? What do you think is up there way beyond the sky?
Up beyond the sky?
Yeah. If we, for example, if he had the chance to go up, what's beyond the sky?
It's the outer space, I think.
Outer space.
Yeah.
So you think that so-called outer space is real?
Sorry?
So you think the so-called outer space is real?
Yeah.
Our atmosphere is a positive pressure system, and our atmosphere is a positive pressure system, while the so-called outer space is a negative pressure system. So how can both non-vacuum and vacuum exist without a solid barrier? just like a spray can versus our surrounding air. If you remove the solid barrier or container, then what's inside will be dispersed all over the surrounding air. They will equilibrate. Our atmosphere is a positive pressure system, a non-vacuum, and outer space is a negative, which is a vacuum. So how can they both exist without a solid barrier?
No idea.
Yeah. If we are moving, if the Earth is spinning, they say the Earth spins at the equator not less than 1,000 miles per hour. That's so fast. It's like a speeding bullet. On a merry-go-round, you will not experience a lot of speed when you're near the center compared to when you are at the edge, right? On a merry-go-round. Your experience should be the same thing when moving from different latitudes of the globe. In the equator, it moves not less than 1,000 miles per hour. But if you are located at northern region of, let's say if it's a globe, then you could be traveling for just 800 miles per hour only. So it's a because you are near the north. It's the same thing when you are at the merry-go-round. When you're near the center, you won't feel a lot of speed, but you will feel a lot of speed when you're at the edge. So if all your life you have just stayed in a northern country and the Earth is rotating at about let's say 800 miles per hour at that latitude, and all of a sudden you traveled away, you moved into a country which is near the equator, you should feel you should notice the change of speed, because the Earth is traveling 1,000 miles per hour in the equator, and then and that is so much faster compared to when you're at the northern latitudes. If you believe in the magical ball Earth that's spinning 1,000 miles per hour while it rotates around the sun 66,600 miles per hour, while that sun is rotating around the galaxy 480,000 miles per hour, and this galaxy of ours is rotating around the Great Attractor at 2.2 million miles per hour, and it's hurtling around the sun. It's hurtling around the universe at insane speeds. Then why the hell can't we feel a thing? And also, why are the positions of the stars and constellations not changing for thousands of years? The star formations doesn't change for thousands of years. The Polaris, the northern star, stays put year after year. Whether it's day or night, it doesn't move. Is that a very good point?
No idea.
The formation of the stars, if you can see stars, they don't change. If the Earth is moving so fast and insane speeds, then you should see different star formation like every day. should see that. But that doesn't happen in real life.
The star may be very far away from here. Very far away, so we can't see the star moving.
That is, you're saying that because stars are so very far away.
Yeah.
But for thousands of years, the formation of the stars hasn't changed. Right. You're still interested in this topic?
Yes. It's okay. I find.
You're fine to continue?
No, maybe stop now.
Okay. All right. So, by the way, what do you think of the series of questioning we have done so far?
Yeah, quite interesting. You point out some question that I never thought before.
So, how about your thinking that about the shape of the Earth? Do you think? Can you still say that you have proof that the Earth is a ball?
No proof. That's I think
So
that's
it's a belief then.
belief. Yeah.
So it's not science.
Yeah.
Do you ever go onto YouTube?
Huh? Sorry.
Do you ever go onto YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, can I recommend one video for you regarding this subject?
Yeah.
It's called 200 Proofs the Earth is Not a Spinning Ball by Eric Dubay. You don't need to watch 200 of it right away. You can just maybe watch 10 and it'll give you a spark about the nature of the world in which we live in. 200 Proofs the Earth is Not a Spinning Ball. Okay. Anyway, thanks so much for your time.